Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Ellie and today I am going to talk to you about my current WIPs. It's been a while since I haven't really done any sort of update aside from last year, about a whole year ago actually. I filmed everything I've made in 2024 so far, and in that video I included my current WIPs. I'm happy to say I think I've only got maybe one or two from that video that are still WIPs. I don't actually know. I haven't gone back to watch it and I don't plan to. So today I'm just going to talk to you about my current, specifically crochet-ish WIPs. I've got one non-crochet thing, and the reason why is I just feel like I'm sort of being snowed under by all of them, which is funny because I only have like 4 or 5, but I always have really big ambitious plans and then I spread myself too thin and I get overwhelmed, and then I just sort of give up on a few WIPs at a time and then I eventually come back to them. But I'd really like to spend some time over the next like month or so getting on top of my WIPs. Yeah, let's talk about my WIPs, starting with the ones that are over here. In this box is actually one on top, which this is the box I have in my living room. This is my living room. This is where I feed my daughter, which is why there's some really ugly pillows there. And we have to have them in a box because she is very mobile now and she likes to touch everything, including my yarn. A few of my yarn balls have gotten a bit sad looking because she plays with them. So anyway, let's grab my box and I'll show you those WIPs. So this box is honestly mostly full of yarn. It's called the Ultimate Stash Busting Vest. It's by May Crochet. May Crochets. It's a made to measure, in fact, so made to measure pattern. You input your measurements and it tells you how many stitches and everything. It's really cool. And I'm also not much of a vest wearer. I want to get into vests, but I feel like my tops I wear don't go well with vests, so I need to also then get some button-up tops that go well with vests. But this is the, I think the front or the back, it's one of the panels. I think it's the back panel actually. Yep. And then here is my progress on the other panel. I've used, this is all acrylic, and I'm using this yarn here as my base. I got this one from the warehouse, and then I selected some other yarns. There is a pattern of, I should probably count 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9 colours that repeat. In the actual pattern you are meant to pick like 12 and then just sort of repeat every single row, but I decided to do it where the spike stitches are the different colour, so it's sort of still scrappy but not too much, and it also means less ends. Well, I mean there's a lot of ends and I think I might just serge the ends when I finish. But yeah, so that's my progress on this project, and it is my current WIP. This is what I actively work on at night. Have I been working on this for about a month? Yes. It's because I did some other stuff in the middle. But that is my current WIP. And that is why this bin is mostly full of yarns, because there are 10 yarns I'm using for it. And I really need to sort of just scrunch up a bit of an end of all of them and then pull it out, because I actually only need to do like one more repeat of most of the colours, so I could put a lot of the yarn back downstairs, but I haven't yet. Next up, some crochet hooks attached to this but actually not, is something that I'm actually basically done. I just need to pull in the ends, and it is this bandana. It is a V and block bandana, and I've just done it out of an acrylic because I was actually making a pattern myself. This is me completely working on it. So this is my first prototype, and then I plan to make my next prototype in cotton. It's just I happen to have this acrylic which goes into this one while I was thinking about this. So yeah, I've done it in a red. I'm just going to pull in the ends and then write down what I did and then make the pattern again from what I did and see how it turned out, see if I need to make it any wider or anything, and then maybe I'll have my first pattern by the end of this year, because it's a long work in progress, and I don't want to, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm interested in writing patterns but I'm also even though I've been crocheting for 2 years now and I've studied knitting and I have a very good understanding of it, and I worked in knitting for a little while, I still feel like I'm out of my depth. So I thought I'd start easy with a bandana, and I've got another bandana on my list I'd like to make too, and I've been wearing bandanas while I've had this short hair. So that's on my to-do list. It's just, this is still technically a WIP because I haven't finished it, even though it's basically done. And then the next WIP I have in here is my non-crochet WIP, and that is this little one that I'm embroidering. It's really messy. I'm not an embroiderer. However, my daughter's birthday is coming up in August, which is still a little while away. However, I started this a month ago and this is where I'm at. So that's why I started really early. I've still just got to do the top of the one in a orange colour, but I sort of work on it sporadically. Super sporadically, and then I want to add some flowers around it. So it's a huge work in progress. I just need to get it done sort of end of July, I think, and then if I get it done end of July, I've got enough time to make the party hat. That's what it's going to be. I'd also like to make her a little outfit and also embroider on that too, but we'll see. That one might be a bit unreachable. So that is my non crochet WIP, and I happened to have this embroidery floss from Daiso in my stash, so it's also really low cost because I just used some linen silk fabric that I got from the fabric store randomly and haven't had to buy anything for that, so that's pretty cool. And then the next WIP, ooh, I found something else in here too. The next WIP that I actually think I'm going to undo a little bit of, and you may have seen my Instagram reel or short on YouTube, that's what we are, is my little bobble stitch jumper for my baby. This I'm planning on making the 12 to 18 month size, and I just think I made it a little bit too short and wide, so I might have to go back a little bit. I do still need to add a rib to it, so it will be a little bit longer, but I just think I made it a little bit too short, so I might need to add another row before I go into the thing. But I also think it's maybe a bit wide, so I'm just going to compare it to, I finally bought her a 12 to 18 month jumper, and so I'm just going to compare it to that and see how the sizing is. But this is it's a scrappy one. I have lots of different colours in here, but I've decided now that I'm at this point I'm going to condense down the colours. So I'll keep what I've got here, but I won't add any additional colours to it, which means that I will make sure the other panels look the same. And I think for the sleeves, I'm not sure if I will do the bobble stitch or I'll do something else. We will see. I'm really loving it though. I have my own bobble stitch jumper that I wear all the time, and so having a somewhat matching but not the exact same one with my daughter will be pretty cute, especially because I think by the time she can wear this she'll be walking, so we can walk down the street together. Probably not. And wear matching jumpers. So that is that one. And then the last one is actually part of my big blanket project, which I will go show you downstairs more of. But I just found this one square, and do I know what book it's from? No, I cannot remember what book this is from. And I did film a video over Easter weekend about catching up on these. I haven't quite managed to finish filming that video, but I think I will finish filming that video today actually, and I will edit that and get it uploaded before this video goes up, so make sure you go watch that video. Maybe I'll have 2 videos in May. Wow, what an achievement, seeing as I don't think I've uploaded a single long, like full length video in April. Or did I? I did. I uploaded my one for my mum's birthday. But anyway, this is one of my squares. Now that I've been talking for like a minute about it, I think it's a Frida McFadden book, which is a good guess seeing as I've read like 7 of her books this year. So that is this one, and I will show you my other ones I've been working on because they're technically WIPs. But if you want to see the full video, go watch that because I'll go a bit more in depth about them. But I'll just show you a little pile of them. So let's go downstairs to my other WIPs where they live on a shelf and I don't touch. Ignore the traffic. I live on a main road and there is roadworks at the bottom of my road, so there's a lot of heavy traffic. But here's all my WIPs from downstairs. So let's sort of rapid fire through them. And yeah, this one here is a blanket that it's just a giant granny square, and I added stuff to it. I just need to add this fabric to the backing and then it'll be done. Have I done that yet? No, I haven't. I don't know why, it kind of just feels like a hand sewing project and I don't really want to, so I'll eventually do it. This one here I actually hate. I was trying to make a dress sort of thing and it's just ugly, so I think I'm actually going to unravel this whole thing at some point. And last year, no, the year before, I made a jumper called the Cheap Trick jumper and I really like that jumper. And there's a lot of yarn on the floor that's attached to this, I think. I really like that jumper, so I think I'm going to unravel this and make another one for myself, maybe a little bit bigger with slightly longer sleeves, because I am terrible when it comes to sleeve length. And it'll be a scrappy one, and if you know me, I love scrappy things. I think they look so fun, and that's an easy way for me to incorporate colour. So yeah, I think that is what I will be doing with this yarn. And I think I've got a little bit more of this yarn. No, I don't. I've just got all this, but I think this is more than enough for that. Next up we have this project here, which it just makes me so sad. So I was actually making a dress for my niece for Christmas, and then I spilt medicine from my daughter on it, and it's just really gross, like it's stained it yellow and it feels gross, so I sort of just stopped. And I've still got all this yarn for this project and I'm just at this weird impasse where I don't know what to do with it, because I think I would need to maybe undo this, and I think I will probably just scrap this whole project. The medicine got even on the balls of yarn and I think I just need to undo it all. Oh, it feels gross. Wash it and then maybe make something else and then dye the actual thing so it's no longer two different colours. We'll see. Maybe I do finish it and then I just dye it after I finish it. This is like for a 5-year-old though, so it's like 4 years away from my daughter being able to wear it. 4 years? 5 years away from her to be able to use it, wear it, so I'm not sure if that's worth it. I don't know. And then actually a project I sort of forgot I was working on, and I've just found it, and also it's coming off and I need to unravel it anyway. I was knitting a cardigan. I've lost a few ends, few pieces of yarn here, and a few stitches I guess. And I also I'm not a hand knitter yet. I'd love to be. Goal in life. But I've got all this yarn that I wound up for it, and I will be making the cardigan, but I need to pull out my knitting machine and just do it that way, and then I'll crochet the rib on the bottom, because I do have a knitting machine with a ribber, but I don't know how to use that. And I think my first project on my knitting machine will be this cardigan, but I'll crochet the rib on, or maybe I'll figure out how to knit the rib on with a circular needle. I also have 2 other crochet projects that I was sort of working on. This one didn't get very far, obviously. I'm going to be making a jumper out of this yarn here that I got from Spotlight, and I absolutely love this yarn. I think it's really cute. I started, and then I was doing it on my pumping breaks at work. And that's how far I got on one break, and so I kind of just gave up. But I was thinking of an oversized jumper. I think I just made it too narrow, so I probably might start again. That's a really easy one. But yeah, fun oversized jumper. Do I need more jumpers? No, but I want them, so that is that one. And then the last one is one I already started talking about, and that is my crochet reading blanket for this year. So here's all the squares I haven't blocked or finished, as well as that one I showed you before. I'm going to try, and I know I already did this in my other video. If you haven't watched that, go watch it after this. I'll tell it both places. I'm going to try my hardest to get up to date very soon, so then I can start attaching them together and know how big the blanket's going to be, and I know how many books I need to read for the rest of the year. I think I'm at 35 books already this year, which is quite good for me. Now, I used to read lots, but since I went back to full-time employment, well, I don't have time to read. I got a baby and stuff too, so that's how it's sort of looking. As I'd like to sort of lay out my blanket and see how I'm going, see how many books I need to read. I'd love it to be big enough to fill our bed which also means I think I'm going to add a white border, or like maybe not even white. I just need to pick a colour of yarn I've got lots of, I think, which is actually probably not white. I think it's this like light pink colour looking up there. But yeah, I think I need to start adding an extra row border on top of these to give them a bit of oomph and also attach them so they're not just straight next to each other. So it sort of frames the book covers. But yeah, so that is my last WIP. I'm hoping that by the end of May I will be with a smaller WIP pile, whether that's actually spending some time finishing that blanket that will take me like 2 hours to hand, so maybe longer. That will take me a little bit of time to hand sew. Maybe it's unraveling this so I no longer have this WIP. Maybe it's unraveling this WIP here so I no longer have that, and so then my WIP pile looks more better. Yeah, so I hope maybe I can give an update at the end of May, or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll give an update in a few months if I have a chance to film everything I've made in 2025 so far, which will be funny because I'll skip the second half of 2024, but that's fine, who cares. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video please subscribe. I would love to get a few more subscribers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with another video. Bye.